Hello students, this is Sudeep Yadav from Spectrum Chemistry. Students, if you are first time visiting to my channel, so please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get best explanation of NCERT book of class 10th, subject science, and in science I will discuss with you chemistry. And students, if you are watching this video, so please go to my playlist and watch the previous 4 parts of this chapter to create a better understanding for this chapter. So students, in this video I am going to discuss with you some another remaining chemical properties of acids and bases. So let's start students. The first chemical property which I am going to discuss in this video, that is reaction of metallic oxides with acids. So students, as we know that metals are basic in nature and their oxides are also basic in nature. So if a base will react with acid, so it will convert into respective salt and water will form. So let's see student how it will be takes place. Let's see the first example. You can see here the metallic oxides react with acid to give salts and water. Let us consider the reaction of copper oxide. So this is the copper oxide, and when the copper oxide will react with dilute hydrochloric acid, you will be get a respective salt that is known as a copper chloride and water is formed. So by the help of this equation you can understand what will be product when a metallic oxide will react with acid. It will convert into a respective salt and water will form. After the reaction takes place, the color of solution becomes blue-green due to the formation of the copper 2 chloride. So means the color of the copper 2 chloride will be blue-green color. And initially the copper oxide which we have taken for the reaction as a reactant, its color will be the black color. This proves that metallic oxides are basic oxides. Why? Because this copper oxide when reacting with HCl, it converting its respective salt that is copper chloride. So this is the example for the reaction of metallic oxide when react with acid and what will be the product. Some more examples we can discuss here, that is suppose there is a zinc oxide, that is the metallic oxide, and when it will react with HCl, that is the dilute HCl, it will convert into respective salt that is zinc chloride and water will form. So students, you can see here this zinc oxide is a metallic oxide and this is the acid that is the dilute hydrochloric acid, and when metallic oxide react with acid we are getting that is a salt, and here we are getting a salt that is known as a zinc chloride and water is forming. Let's see another example, that is suppose there is a zinc oxide and it's reacting with dilute sulfuric acid, and what will the product student? That will be zinc sulfate and water will evolve. So by the help of this equation you can also understand that when the metallic oxide that is zinc oxide is reacting with a dilute sulfuric acid, it will convert into respective salt that is zinc sulfate and water will form. So this was the metallic oxide reactions with a acid, and the salt will form with the water evolution. Now second type of reaction which we have to discuss here, this is not a type of reaction, this is the chemical property of the acids and bases. So let's see reaction of non-metallic oxides. This is another type of the reaction of non-metallic oxides with the base. So students, as we know that non-metals having a acidic nature, and if they are reacting with oxygen, they will convert into acidic oxide, and these acidic oxide when react with any base, it will also convert into respective salt and water will form. So students, why we are saying that non-metallic oxides are the acidic oxides? This is the reason behind it. When the non-metallic oxide is reacting with water, they are converting into their respective acids. So that is the reason behind it. We are saying the non-metallic oxides will be acidic in nature. So here, if I talk about the base, like suppose there is a calcium hydroxide, okay, and when the calcium hydroxide will react with carbon dioxide gas, okay, this is the non-metallic oxide, and this is the base, that is the calcium hydroxide. So here is a base, this is the base, and this is the acid. So student, as we have already discussed, when the base are interacting with acid, they are converting into respective salts and water will evolve. So here similarly, the product we are getting, that is the respective salt of the base, that is the calcium carbonate, this is the salt, and water is evolve. So this is the very good example to explain how non-metallic oxides are reacting with metallic hydroxides, that is a base, and what will be the product, and the product will be a respective salt and water will evolve. Okay students, so this was the explanation for the how the non-metallic oxides are reacting with base and what will the product. Okay, now next, what will be effect of acid and bases during the conduct electricity? Okay, how acids and base can conduct the electricity. Let's see. Acid and bases exhibit their conducting property only if they are in aqueous solution, in which they could completely ionize in water. An acid is water solution dissociates as positive ions. Okay, so if we talk about the example, that is the hydrochloric acid. Okay, and when you will be dissolve it inside the water, so what will the product? Let's see. Suppose this is the hydrochloric acid and you have dissolved it inside the water, so the byproduct will be hydronium ion, and chlorine anion will produce. Okay, if we talk about its reaction, so let's see how this reaction is going on. As we know that when you are dissolving HCl inside water, so it will convert into hydronium ion. But if you see it, there is a H positive, H2O and Cl negative. So students, here the H positive will be a highly unstable species because it's carrying positive charge. So it want stable state. So how it will be get the stable state? As you know that on the oxygen, that is the part of the water having two non-bonding lone pair electrons. So by the help of these non-bonding lone pair electrons from out of two, one pair of the non-bonding electrons will share its electron to form the bond with hydrogen to get the stability for the hydrogen. Okay, and it will convert into hydronium ion. So this is the reason behind it, that why here hydronium ion is forming. Now next, base. If we talk about the bases when dissolved in water produces OH negative ions. Let us consider the reaction. When suppose there is a sodium hydroxide and you have dissolved it inside the water, okay, so it will convert into Na positive and OH negative ion. Okay, so here is also ions are forming. Okay, so these ions, due to these ions formation, both acids and base are responsible to show the conductance of the electricity. As you know that student, the conductance of the electricity, there is an important two species are responsible to show the conductance of the electricity. Number first, the free electrons, which are existing in the metals, and the ion formation. If there is any compound which you are dissolving inside the water and they are converting into their respective ions, so means these ions can conduct the electricity. So students, you can say the ions as well as the free electrons are responsible to show the conductance of the electricity. Now next, students, what happens to acids and bases in water? So let's see student. Acids in water solution dissociate into S positive ions. So let's see, if we talk about the example further, we have taken an example, that is the HCl, and when you are dissolving HCl into the water, it will convert into hydronium ion and chlorine negative ion. Okay, and this ion cannot exist alone and hence combine with the water molecule and it will convert into the hydronium ion, which I have already explained why S positive ions not present in water in a free state. Okay, it will convert into hydronium ion. Similarly, base when dissolved into the water, it will convert into hydronium ion. And let us consider the reaction. If we talk about the reaction here, you can see here the base. Okay, you can see here a base NaOH, and you have dissolved it inside the water, so you will be get the product Na positive and OH negative. Okay, so means here you are getting the Na positive and OH negative. So means when you are dissolving the water, when you are dissolving the acids and the bases inside the water, they will convert into their respective ions. And if we talk about their behaviors as the acid and the base, so we can take an activity, we can do an activity inside the lab. Suppose you are having a sodium chloride and you have dissolved it inside the sulfuric acid. Okay, suppose you are having the sodium chloride and you have dissolved it inside the sulfuric acid. It will convert into Na2SO4 plus HCl. Okay, so students, this HCl will exist in the form of the gas. Okay, and suppose you have taken this reactants inside the conical flask and a bending tube you have placed in that on the top of the mouth of on the top of conical flask, and by the end you have placed a bending tube to evolve the gas. Okay, so if during the reaction, suppose you have taken the suppose you have taken first 5 gram of this salt, that is sodium chloride, and approx 10 ml sulfuric acid. So the reaction will takes place and the salt will form, that is the sodium sulfate, and HCl gas will evolve. Okay, so these HCl gas is reacting as an acid or not, we have to be tested by the help of the litmus paper. Okay, so when you will be take a moist litmus paper, okay, that is the blue litmus paper, and you will be expose it to the mouth from which the HCl gas is evolving, you will find its color will turn into the red. But suppose this litmus paper, this blue litmus paper is a dry litmus paper, okay, and you are exposing to the mouth of the bending tube from where HCl gas is evolving, so the color of the litmus paper will not turn into red. Why? This is the reason behind it. The acidic behavior of the acid will show only in the medium. Means to show the acidic behavior of the HCl, there is a need of the medium. So medium is a water. inside the water, it will dissociate into S positive and Cl negative ions. Similarly, in case of the base also. So the medium is required to show their tendency of acidic as well as the basic behavior of the respective acid for the respective acid for the respective base. So students, this is very important to show the acidic behavior for the acid, to show the basic behavior for the base. There is a need of the medium. Now next topic, that is the cautions while adding acid to water. What will be the cautions which we have to be take during the formation, during the dissolving acid inside the water? Let's see. Reaction of the acid or base with water leads to the decrease in the concentration of ions, that is the hydronium ions, or the, if you are dissolving the base, so it will be OH negative ions per unit volume. This process is known as a dilution. The procedure of dissolving acid or base in water is highly exothermic reaction. So means, if you are dissolving acid inside the water for the dilution of acid, so during the dilution process, the heat will evolve. Means this is the exothermic process. Similarly, if you are dissolving base inside the water, okay, so at the time the heat will also evolve. So means the dissolving process of acid inside the water as well as the base inside the water, their heat will evolve. So this is the exothermic process. So what kind of the precaution we must take during dissolving process of acid, means dilution of the acid? So let's see. We have to be do acid inside the water. We have to be dissolve acid inside the water for dilution of the acid, not water inside the acid. You can see here, not water inside the acid. We must dissolve acid inside the water. If you are dissolving water inside the acid, so you can see here in the given picture, the blast and the splash will take place and it will be harm for your body. So this is the reason behind it. We must form solution. We must dilute acids with the water, not water with the acid. Means if you are dissolving, if you are converting acidic solution into dilute form, and you are converting the acid into the dilute form, so you must have to dissolve acid inside the water, not water inside the acid. If you are dissolving water inside the acid, so it means you are playing with the danger. It means it might be dangerous. Okay, it might be harmful for your body. Okay, so we should avoid to dissolve water inside the acid. We must choose acid dissolve inside the water. This is very important. So students, I hope you must have enjoyed this video. So students,